I'm from State College, Pennsylvania, which is the campus of Penn State, the little town. My early education has led me toward anthropology because in my childhood and elementary school, I collected bones every single day. I would run out into the cornfield every day after school and come home with bones. In State College, I had a mentor who was an anthropologist at Penn State who would come in when I was in middle school and do a class with me once a week. So that was my first introduction to anthropology. And then I took the Caribbean anthropology class, and that really motivated me to go back to anthropology. This summer, I had the opportunity to travel to a couple different areas in northern Brazil, going to a couple different cities and meeting a lot of different people who are activists in the context of food preservation and foodways. It was a great opportunity. I'm really grateful to UNO for giving me this chance to meet so many new people and see a part of the world that I'd never seen before. One of the biggest things that we looked into was the effect of the Belamonte Dam on especially the Juruna tribe, is who we mainly spoke to, and how the Belamonte not only displaced people, but it also got rid of a lot of fish species, a lot of plant species have been completely wiped out, and it completely changed the ways of life for a lot of people like Pedro, who prior to the dam, he was a full-time fisherman. That was his life, that was what he knew, and once the dam came and completely changed the way and the amount of fish that were available, he had to transition his entire way of gathering food and learn new farming techniques and expand on other ones. Because of the way that the landscape was changed from the dam, it's made it so that people have to change their entire ways of life and income. What was really important to me was seeing the strength of the Indigenous community continuing to protest, even though from an outsider perspective, reading about the Belamonte Dam, it almost seems hopeless in some ways because the Indigenous communities have been protesting, they have not been given the things that the government has a legal requirement to provide them with, but then once you get here, it's absolutely not. Everyone is doing the fight really, really strongly, and everyone is so motivated to continue working for change. The youth especially is so motivated to preserve the culture. That was really, really inspiring to see because I know that there's a lot of youth today that feel a little bit separated from their cultures. It's just really nice to see young people learning from their elders and wanting to continue the fight even though it's been going on for so long. It honestly feels like the first step of my real journey. Like I feel like I've really appreciated what I've learned at UNO, and I'll never take that for granted or anything, but the real experience is kind of what starts the journey and building connections with people. And I found myself really wanting to learn Portuguese, even though language has always been really difficult for me. But I feel like it's the in-person experience and the relationships and seeing how language can enhance those relationships. That's something that I would not have gotten if I didn't come to a different place with a different language. A lot of the trip was surrounding the foodways and preserving indigenous ways of cultivating food, which I really, really am interested in because food is an essential part of not just culture, but just survival in general. And I'm really interested in environmental preservation too, which I find you can't really look at environmental preservation without looking at the cultural and what people are doing, because people change the environment. So I found that that's really enlightening in the way that I can use an anthropological perspective to work for preservation of plants and animals as well as people, because it all interplays with each other. It's not two separate things.